All right, so the topic of haggling. So I know that people are into this getting a better deal because it's a boost to the ego and if it makes you feel good somehow that you got a better deal. I don't know. But as somebody who really does not like to haggle and does not like when people haggle with me when they're buying my art, it's really frustrating because essentially, since I don't haggle, the prices are the prices as they are. People get mad. Oh, do you think your art is worth that? Yes, I do. It's why I priced it that. And honestly, I'm not going to sit here arguing with your definition of the value of my work. Like, I'm just not going to do that. But I've unintentionally offended friends when I've gone shopping with them in artisan shops and stuff like that because the first price I'm given is the price I pay if I want that item and I believe that it's worth that price. And so oftentimes people will be like, "Well, you could have gotten a better price." People usually have like their highest price, their mid price that they'll accept, and then their lowest price that they'll accept. So if you keep insisting, they'll give you a better price. And it's like, yeah. And that is why people think they can haggle. That is why people think they can get away with haggling or reducing the value of somebody else's worth. So if you haven't learned to price your items and hold firm on that price, and you feel icky when people try to lower the price or use their lack of integrity to show that you don't have lack of integrity, because that's how I feel haggling is. I feel like that person wants to prove that you'll lower the standards or worth of your work because it was never worth the larger amount of money that you believe it's worth. So if you're somebody who still questions whatever price you, because now I price my things like that, like I take into account the time it took, the what I used, and everything like that, right? However, before I did, so what I learned to do for myself is if I had my higher price and then the lower price that I was willing to go to, I would price my item at the lower price. Why? Because I know I won't go lower than that. I will not haggle. I will not move in my integrity. If you don't believe my work is worth that amount, you don't believe that my work is worth that amount, and that's fine because that was my lower amount. That was my lower self-esteem amount, and you didn't even accept that, so you're not going to value my work no matter what. You're not going to give my work worth or value if you're trying to get a deal because it was a steal. Why would you value something you stole? So, as an artist, I do recommend it to other people that you learn to value your work, your time, your effort, first and foremost, because what you're providing is more than just aesthetics. It's your time, it's your wisdom, it's your knowledge around whatever subject of art that you make. And that knowledge is essentially non classifiable. You can't be classified. People can try to put you into categories. That's why the mixed art, like mixed, I can't remember what it's called, but basically when you use mixed supplies, like you're not just acrylic or you're not just this or you're not that. So it's why that category exists, because artists don't fit into a little box. Even if you are just an acrylic artist, even if you're just a resin artist, whatever, no fucking artist fits into a little box ever. So if you're always allowing someone else to value you before you value yourself, your work will never have worth to you. And you're always going to be searching for perfection in your work before you value it. Value the effort you put into it. For me, it's therapy. So I value the therapy it gave me. Hey, thanks, babe. Today we worked my fingers. Thank you. Today we worked my ear sensitivities. Thank you. Today my eyes got exercise. today my heart got exercise. Thank you, today my back strengthened from being in certain positions long enough to finish what I had to do. Thank you, today my neck was strengthened a little bit from holding certain positions to do my work. And if you haven't invested in those tables that lift up, because that's my goal when I finally have a studio or a place to live, is to finally invest in one of those desks that moves. But if you are not one of those people that have done that, and you work in spaces like I do, like my vehicle, find ways to hang your work that you're working on so that you're also working on your posture. So I put it right in front of me. So basically I have to sustain a good posture, and I do have my braces in case I want to practice with my braces, but I try not to use my back braces when I'm doing art because I tend to hyper focus and overdo it. So I practice my pies. Like I said, to me it's occupational therapy. It's physical therapy. I have combined it in such a way because what people don't understand, that physical and occupational therapy, when you have conditions like hypermobile Ehlers-Danlos, when you have conditions like migraines, and look, you see, I made it dark enough so that I can have a little bit of light for my art over here on the side of my good eye, and the rest has colorful dark shades because I was starting to get depressed from the other ones. The curtains, the white curtains, it made me feel like it was a hospital's. No, my space needs to be colorful. So do what you have to do, because essentially that is the pain relief. And I don't believe in those Tylenol only doctors, because I believe pain, if you relieve the pain long enough, we can find activities that help us do our, damn, my freaking wrist keeps cracking. We can do activities that inspire us to keep moving and not use as much pain medication. But also, as an artist, be careful with those hyper focuses, because those hyper focuses can actually set you back. So if you're always in a overdoing it burnout loop, your body learns to function that way, and it starts to crave those actions. So it's as much self-control. It requires as much self-control as any other medication. If art is your medicine, it requires as much self-control as any other medicine, because it does become addictive and harmful to your body. So thus you must respect it as such and move accordingly. Okay? I love you and have a beautiful day, and I hope that this inspires you to create whatever forms of art, and also to respect your body's postures and find ways, creative ways, because those of us who are creative people find creative ways. You see, if my legs get numb and I can't lift myself up, I'm using my from my what do they call, the yoga trapeze. So I just took off the handles and now I'm using them here in the car. We are creative fucking people. If we don't get the medical supplies that we need, fuck that. We'll make our own fucking levers. Shit. We smart. We can do this. So just hang in there if you're struggling. I know being in poverty and being an artist is difficult. However, if it is your medicine, you'll find a way to do it, I promise. And you'll find a way to love doing it no matter what. And no one can take that away from you, nor can they classify you. So do what you got to do and be proud of what you do. I love you and have a beautiful day. Know your worth. Know your worth.